Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back to iAllegedly. I've got a good one for you today because the supply of silver is under threat and the mainstream news is officially dead. Please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Share this video. Today we have a sponsored chapter, which I will cover in a bit. But let's get right into it. You know, over the weekend, we got glimpses of Mexico and how there was a cartel boss that was taken out and he created havoc throughout the entire country. That's horrible. People were stranded. I have a buddy who had friends at a conference and they were stranded, and people had a shelter-in-place order. But one thing that we talked about 3 weeks ago was how silver prices were going through the roof and that silver was on this short squeeze path to $250 and it hit 120, and it's crazy. Well, here's something that you may or may not know. 25% of all silver that's mined out of the ground comes from Mexico. And right now, with the turmoil that we have with these cartels, you're seeing that the Mexico mining industry is in complete disarray. They're being held hostage as well, and we're not getting real reports about this. Now, you can sit there and say, well, aren't they a big employer? Aren't they a big player? Yes, they are. But there's lawlessness. And with lawlessness in Mexico, what's yours is not yours. So we are not getting proper news. We're getting news from people with their cell phones. We're not getting the local newscasters talking about the severity of this. But I want you to think about a few things, okay? Cartels are targeting the silver mines, not just drugs. And the problem with this is you got the Sinaloa, the Durango, and the Chihuahua area, and these groups have built revenue streams that include monthly protection, taxes on the output of silver, transportation corridor control fees, equipment and labor that they've blocked and lost and taken control of. Now, here is the thing about this. The silver mines have gotten to the point that they don't even produce the silver right now. They just take the ore. They just take the dirt and ship the dirt out to be processed to other places, which you can sit there and say, oh, well, that's smart, Dan. Well, no, it's expensive to do that. You've got, cubic tons of basically ore and things that, look worthless to the average person, but you've got to ship it to another country or Canada or Colorado or someplace else to get it mined and have the silver extracted out of that, the copper and everything else that could potentially be in that material. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. But what is it going to do? It's going to get escalated. They've gone from theft to murder. It's just awful, okay? It's absolutely awful. And the market impacts are huge. Security incidents saw nearly a 50% valuation drop of some of these stocks and some of the silver companies after there was violence in January of this year. So the threat is not going away. Now, the problem with this, the physical silver supply there's not enough of it right now. We've talked about that till we're blue in the face. But this goes to the next thing, and that's the mainstream media, guys. The mainstream news programs are not what they were when I was a kid, not what they were 15 years ago, 10 years ago. I want you to think about this. During the Gulf War, remember how important Wolf Blitzer was? And how we went to Wolf Blitzer every night to make sure we were going to be safe, and there weren't going to be, planes over Southern California, and we were going to know from basically Uncle Wolf what was going to happen? Not anymore. He's a clown. He's an absolute fool. And I defy you. I defy you to tell me an unbiased news source right now. Seriously. I have to watch both. I have to watch all of them to get you guys this information. I try to give you things as much as possible, but oh, damn, you're so biased. Mr. Gloom and Doom. You don't get it. We know who you voted for. We know what you're all about. Oh, shut up. I try to give you economic news daily. And I also let you know that my political party is the small business person. And if you ever tried to wake up at 4 a.m. and go to bed at midnight and do it again over and over again, you'd know what I was talking about. But the rest of you people that want to complain and want to stick your hand out because you once had a job and you deserve to have free everything. It's ridiculous. Now, people want things to be put out there. I don't agree with everything. You shouldn't agree with everything. TV production is done. Remember when you would have Thursday night appointment TV? Whether you hated Friends or not, you had a time where you would sit there and go watch TV. Name a show that you sat there and you watch like that anymore. I bought Paramount Plus for my iPad so I could watch Landman, and the only thing good about season 2 was the first episode and the last episode, and the rest of it sucked badly. Okay? But paid me $12.99 a month. Got it. Love Billy Bob. But there's no appointment TV anymore, and there's no appointment news. Nothing is unbiased. Local news is not unbiased. And it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. You want to sit there and you want to know what's going on with fires that happen in Los Angeles, and you get told story time about how great everything is, and everything's being rebuilt, and the promised land is coming back, and it's not. Our governor in our state is out gallivanting around for an election 3 years from now. So good luck. Good luck. You know, it's preposterous, guys. It's utterly preposterous. For the first time in a long time, NBC and other networks ordered additional pilots. Last year, there were 2 pilots ordered from all the networks. Two pilots. Now, you can sit there and go, well, Dan, I have Hulu, and I have Prime, and I have all these other things. And there's new content all the time. And Netflix has a new TV show every other day. It's not the same, guys. It's not network TV. It's not regular pilots in pilot season. This is the first time in a long time that there are 12 pilots being ordered per the Hollywood Reporter. That's a big deal, guys. That's a real big deal. It is not a lot. It's not earth-shattering. It's better than, 4 that they had 2 years ago, 2 last year. It's ridiculous. But I defy you guys. Tell me news that's unbiased right now. Seriously. Tell me a network that's unbiased. They all have their own slant to it. That's their thing. It just is that way. You have to go to alternatives. You have to go to social media. You have to go to your friends group. You have to go to, think about this. I have people from around the country and around the world that send me news stories locally about the economy and about what's happening. I hear more from the UK about businesses failing here in the United States than I do here. Why is that? Why is it? Why don't we want to find out about, Wendy's shutting down over 100 locations? I have to get it from a UK newspaper. Why is that? It's ridiculous, guys. And then there are no media reports out of Mexico right now. There's nothing worth bragging about. We get tidbits here and there. Oh, Dan, I was on X today, and I've seen all these different reports. X is not TV, guys. X is not a news channel. X is some influencer, if you want to call them that, with their cell phone on, filming from their hotel balcony, sending people stuff. That's ridiculous. It's preposterous. And we should all be angry about this. So, things that aren't reported, for $1,000, Alex, what is the silver industry? Guys, the silver industry should go through the flipping roof. The real price, when it was at 120, I thought, oh, we're going to finally get real on this stuff now. Nope. Now that you've got people seizing silver mines and taking things, what's the condition of all this right now? Seriously. I don't know, Dan. I mean, you're the guy with the camera on. You're the guy talking news. Right. There is no unbiased way of finding this stuff out. What are you going to do? Come on. Seriously. Tell me. The Washington Post is a joke. Its reporting of sports is a joke. The reporting on the Olympics was a joke. The Olympics were down because they chose to do political commentary for sports. I want to see figure skating. I want to see a guy jump off, the ski jump. I want to see the guy go as far as possible and not crash. That's what I want to see. Bobsledding looks dangerous. The 2-man luge looks gay. Come on. You know what I mean? Share it all, man. Okay? Share your thoughts on all this stuff so far. Let me know what you think. Let's talk about our sponsor, Chapter. let's face it, whether you're Medicare age, you're about to be Medicare age, or you know somebody that is Medicare age, you need to look at saving them money. The problem with it is that there are so many plans and it's so confusing out there. And I found a great resource for you called Chapter. And what Chapter does is it helps you review all the different programs that are out there to make sure you have the right doctor, the right prescription plan, and that you're getting the care that you need for the right amount of money. Now, if you call Chapter today, the phone number is 903-653-4082. Contact them or use the link below and fill out their quick quiz, and they will let you know. It's free to talk to them. They will let you know if they can save you money. And when people use the Chapter program, they generally save $1,100 a year. That is amazing. So check it out today, guys. Look at Chapter, but think about this. We're all getting older. Your doctors age out too. You know, different plans and hospitals merge. You want to make sure you have the right coverage. Contact Chapter today. Call them today or use the link below. Now, a few more things on this as I go through this video. I did a video report last week on how Mamdani promised free love and free everything, and nothing's coming true. Nothing. Not one thing that he promised you. Nothing is coming true. But what happened? 15 people died yesterday and were pulled from the snow from sleeping outside. And this guy knows nothing from an administrative level. He just knows how to talk about, we're going to give you free stuff. And there are homeless people that are in a blizzard right now. It's too dangerous for people with homes to leave their homes, but you're going to let people sleep in the street. That is on this guy. And my friend that moved from New York City to Florida sent me this, and just, isn't this shameful? It is. It is. It is. But you're going to sit there, and I'm telling you, I should read the hate mail because you don't understand. I deserve free stuff. I deserve a free subway ride. My kids deserve free childcare. They do. It's called parents. And then if you can afford to get a job and go pay for it outside of that, that's what I did. Do that. But don't criticize Mamdani. He's got great hair. Jeez, Dan, come on. See what I'm saying? It gets ridiculous. Broker Aaron sent me a great story about the Waldorf Astoria. The Chinese bought it and spent what started to be $1 billion remodel, where they took 1,700 units and turned it into 300 units and have all this retail space. And now they've got $2 billion in it. And will they sell it, or will they finally rent these places out? We don't know. But the Waldorf Astoria in New York City is in real trouble. And again, who can afford to go to the Waldorf Astoria? Okay? It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. You guys have asked me for property sales and tax sales. The county of San Diego is listing 680 properties that are finally being sold in April for tax sales. The links will be below if you would like to sign up for that and join that auction. Tax auction tells you how to do it. I mean, they got a really cool website, because I'm like, okay, I have a bunch of questions. Well, I don't have questions now because their website really does. How do I get the deed? How do I buy it? You know what I mean? How do I qualify? I mean, they have everything on there. It's very cool. They're not a sponsor, but just check it out. So you're starting to see real problems all around when it comes to this stuff. And 42% of all Southern California areas had a drop in real estate prices. Isn't that wild? So 42% of Orange County. How did your zip code do? Jeffrey Lanzer is a great reporter for something called the Orange County Register, and he did a great story on that. And that's below. So you can see, I mean, you're starting to see things taper off with real estate. And you're starting to see things that they've overbuilt over and over and over again. Good old Dr. Marvin sent me something, and this is a nightmare statistic for you. And that is, hey, will you co-sign Uncle Charlie for my student loan debt? You always said I should go to the same college you went to, and I would be a great architect. You got it, Billy. I'll do it. And then Billy does it, and then guess what? Doesn't finish school. And you know what? Uncle Charlie gets caught with the bill. 50% of all people that co-sign for somebody for student loan debt are paying it themselves. 50%. That is a statistic hellish nightmare. Seriously. You know, you get certain things that just get delivered, and you're like, wait, enough is enough is enough. And this is one of them. So, you know, God love Dr. Marvin, man. I'm telling you, all you people, Laura from Connecticut, Dr. Marvin, Aaron, all these people send me stuff that's crazy. Someone's going to complain about that siren in the background that's basically a mile away. Oh, Dan, you need to edit stuff like that out. Yes, Marge, I will do that for you next time. Next time, I'll do it for you. This is live. This is live news, guys. So many things. One thing that I get, you know, a tremendous amount of joy from, and I get entertainment from, is certain news stories that are crazy where somebody takes advantage of the system. And I've told you guys this story before. If you are ever in a store and someone says, hey, listen, I'd like 30 lottery tickets, and the guy prints out 35, hey, I only wanted 30, buy that other lottery ticket. It has been statistically proven that those have a propensity to win. Okay? So go out and do that. And I did it once and got a $100 winner once. Okay? The guy bought a ticket. Oh, no, I told you my number was 6841. You know, he did all this stuff. And I said, I'll buy the ticket. That guy that had the wrong numbers, like, you can't do that. You can't buy my ticket. I said, it's not your ticket. You just gave him numbers and said it was the wrong number. So I bought it. Okay? Oh, man, I don't feel good about this. Well, then buy the ticket. I don't want it. Okay? So what's he supposed to do? Tear it up? No, it doesn't work that way. Well, there's a great story from a guy. Think about this one. A Circle K worker shows up earlier this month and in Scottsdale, Arizona, and realizes that someone from his store had won the lottery. And there were basically 15 to 20 tickets that were laying on the ground that were not sold. They were overprinted, like I talked about. So what did the employee do? The employee goes and looks up the tickets and figures out one of them is the winner for $12.8 million. So what does he do? Clocks out, goes to his buddy and says, I want to buy that ticket, and buys the ticket, and then claims the winning lottery. Because he's an idiot, he told everybody he did that, they figured out that that was how the ticket was generated. Now, the question is, and the lawsuit is, well, whose ticket is that? Is it the store's? Is it this guy's who purchased it on his own time, even though he was off work? What's the deal? What is the deal for that? And again, guys, it's a lot of money. It's $12.8 million. The guy was a clerk in the store. So, who knows? Don't forget we have the private channel, iAllegedly Live. You sign up at iAllegedly.tv, and there's lots of content that I love doing, and I will talk about Mexico more and things like that that are in the news that we can't talk about other places, but take a look at that. All of our prizes got mailed out, and I spent a boatload of money on postage, and you're going to see people, hopefully people will take videos when they get it, and they will share it with us when they get that. Now the final story, and again, Dr. Marvin for the win. The original Pancake House was shut down in Florida. Now, here's the thing. When I was a traveling salesman, I would love to look up in the Orange County Register where restaurants got written up for, health violations. Oh gosh, I'm not going to eat at that Mexican restaurant. I'm not going to eat at that Hawaiian food place. It just was great because you would see that they had cockroach infestation or rodents or whatever, or no hot water for 4 days, which I don't know how you cook food, but anyways, things like that. Florida is brutal. They have something in their local paper called dirty dining. Man, I learned this almost 4.5 years ago when I went to Florida, was walking around, and I was in Fort Lauderdale and saw this dirty dining reports were brutal. Oh my gosh, it's awful. But the original Pancake House that Dr. Marvin sent me, inspectors with the Florida Department of Business and Professions regulations found 46 violations. 46 violations. Now, I'm not bagging on this one restaurant, but what I love is the dirty dining. if you guys ever want to send us stuff like this, I love closing videos out with this stuff because it's crazy. But 46 violations. Again, my brother's wife owns a restaurant, my sister. And she says, if you're ever concerned about a restaurant, you walk in the bathroom and see if the bathroom's clean. If the bathroom's not clean, get out of there. That's how they treat their kitchen. So I'm sure that this is a mess in there, but 46 violations. I've seen places get shut down for 2, for 3, things like that. We've seen banking issues where, hey, you did that one thing wrong, so we're shutting you down. Well, that's the way it should be with food. Imagine 46 violations. It will be the last story below that you can read. And thank you, Dr. Marvin. I truly appreciate your contributions. Jesse from Washington State just sent me a myriad of packages he sends me all newspaper clippings, so I have to spend the evening going through those to see what's of value, and I will share those with you if there's anything good. Okay? Onward and upward, guys. Make good choices. I will see you very soon. But again, notice how we're not seeing all this stuff? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that Mom Donnie, again, tell me where socialism has worked. Okay? Just tell me that. I want to know because I'm dying to find out. AOC is a fool. AOC made a complete ass out of herself in Germany, and it's everybody else's fault but hers. Once again, guys, you are watching more and more news like this. You're watching more and more people like this. From a guy that sits there and has almost 60 different news sources. And it's funny, there's one news source that my buddy out of the country says, hey, they want to talk to you about possibly repping them. Oh, I would totally have that conversation because it's somebody that I think they just show a myriad of news. And I would love to share that with you guys. So, onward and upward, guys. Listen, making sense, okay? I'll see you soon.